If you are listening, please give us a call. We'd like to talk to a brand new private in the U.S. Army. In his legacy, his story is just beginning. Those kinds of, moments where you're part of something bigger, more powerful. I joined the military under the same context. I went to bed the night of September 10th, 2001, watching American Beauty with Kevin Spacey, and I said, I don't want to be just another consumer. I want to have a story behind what I'm doing. And then September 11th happened. I got really patriotic. I locked in. I joined essentially the Roman Empire of our time in the American soldier. But after all that, I needed a chance to understand what I had done.
So are you saying that your time at OCU kind of gave that to you?
Yeah, well, it allowed me to process some of the many things that I was experiencing and kind of work out some of my inner demons, especially in the theological sense, things that didn't make any sense to me from my current upbringings. But what I'm seeing is a psychological thriller through Star Trek Picard with a lot of overtones. If Patrick Stewart did not want to do a show in a post-Brexit, post-Trump world, is it because the empires that he was belonging to, be it the UK, United Kingdom, Britain, or be it America, whatever he considers the empire that is, or could be one day the Federation, does it still stand for the same values that it once did when we were involved? I joined the military to fight a war on terror. I got sent into Operation Iraqi Liberation. I didn't have any choice in that matter. It was not what I thought I wanted to be part of. I sometimes wonder if characters like that, especially the ones that we mentor, that become our mentor, if in a way we could be designed to find the same fates. He's being called back into action. I'm being called back into action. I'm trying to find a new path, a new journey, one that does not have the imperial forces. And now you could say, hey, you'd rather be on the empire than outside the empire, wanting to be the empire? Okay, great. But then, this is a Christian show. I guess we could talk about it. If you really look at the book of Mark and Matthew, you see some imperialistic nonsense that the Roman Empire was setting on the Jewish populace at that time, creating a large, almost, imperial dilemma. They were using their military might to determine and dictate will over other sovereign nations, or should be sovereign nations. Unfortunately, at the end of all of this, I don't think Jesus would probably agree with the Federation.
Pardon. I don't think Patrick Stewart, though, is really, it doesn't seem like the type to make statements, so I don't think this is a statement show for him either. What do you think?
I think he's constantly making statements. He is Sir Patrick Stewart. He is the knighted one of England. Yes, he is a progressive, but I think he is very much trying to make his statement and wanted to be in that post-Brexit sort of environment to show people what an imperial empire with the wrong leader could bring.
So you're saying he's saying, screw the empire, I will go rogue, but I will do it for the right reasons.
Yeah, he's basically unwilling to live by a different set of values other than the one that he knew and held with those high ethical principles. He believes in that prime directive. Sometimes people believe that the idea of nurturing everybody or taking care of anybody or policies even of non-interference are ones that can make you weak on a tactical level. And yes, it can. But every time he put on the uniform, he was ready to die to do the right thing, than to kill to do the wrong one. And that's what made him such a powerful and capable role model for everybody.
That really does sum him up.
It does. And that's the type of imperial entity I wouldn't mind even standing behind, because that's an imperial entity that could bring inclusion, peace, prosperity to other civilizations instead of the other way. But how do you keep that under a democracy which can flip with the personality of the particular imperial powers? How do you maintain that sort of thing in those kinds of environments?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that I went to an interreligious faith service recently, and it was odd to see because they're all from different faiths, but they all speak the same language. They all want the same thing, and that's just peace. They want to help their fellow man, but they're not using it under just the umbrella of Jesus Christ. They're not just Christian. And it was amazing to see that all together like that. So,
yeah, I think you're absolutely right that we have that togetherness, that inclusivity. Jesus Christ didn't, after at least the Syrophoenician woman, didn't see a purpose in not helping somebody who needed help. It didn't matter if they were Gentile, Jew, male, female, this, that. He was out to help people, regardless of nationality, affiliations, or whatever. From the 580, they said, "Good job explaining the future, but how can you compare the future to the present?" Well, of course, just like I'm trying to compare the present to the past through the parable of like what the empire of Rome was for Jesus Christ to what the empire of like America / Britain is to the rest of the world. Let me go ahead and kind of explain that you can't get a perfect across the spectrum similarity. But one thing you can look at is that personal freedoms and personal sovereignty of smaller nations tend to be abused by larger nations of imperial forces, and that creates larger issues of bullying and tactical diplomacy problems across the globe. If you don't get that, and that it's going to not only happen now, but even happen in our future. It's part of our human nature that we have a variety of different ideas, ideals, and opinions. And with the ability to embrace the different ideas, ideals, and opinions, that's how we are able to embrace the different people and species.
Well, I don't get
cultures.
How one could not see that. All you have to do is really pick up the Bible or a history book, and it's all right there. We have acted the same towards mankind or humankind since the beginning. So I don't see how people don't see that. No, I don't either. You know, there's a lot of imperialism out there, and it seems that almost like, especially in nerd culture, we love to see an empire. We have Age of Empires, Civilizations, Star Trek. It keeps going. World of Warcraft. There's two. There's the Horde and the Alliance. Two imperial forces battling it out against each other. And when we come back, we're going to take a closer look at World of Warcraft. But for now, enjoy the Ghosts of Bandcamp. Yes, Simplicity Sells. That's Stephen Baldwin up there in Seattle. A good friend of mine.
Enjoy.
You wake in a room, every instant so brand new, and you plant your flag, raise it high above the crowd, and you strive for the life that you had when you were 5, and you dream of the day when it's branded with your face, and then you go. Whoa, oh, whoa, well, we cry and we fight and we race up toward the prize, and we share our love with friends of God above, and we die all the same for the afterlives we claim. When you disappear or wake up somewhere near on your own. Whoa, oh, whoa, and the change is the lie that's been there through your whole life, till the years have all gone and you're feeling less at home, and the tale you trade, was it predisposed that way? Well, the simplicity sells your secrets cheap. We still dream. Whoa, oh, whoa, and we die alone, though we're carried on like ghosts, and the tale becomes a tall fairy narrative on why we try. And you love, oh, you love till that love is gone, and it feels like dying, and you know why. There's one word synonymous in all our lives, more than like. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa,
All right. Okay, guys, we have no callers. Third show. Wanting to call. I want to call, honey. Just find me a call.
Do you want me to call you?
Yeah. You go to the other room. Call me. Pretend you're a caller, and we'll call it good. Maybe we can have our kid call.
Hey, that would be great. I mean, she loves World of Warcraft.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. No,
he could care less.
He is getting into the Star Trek Knights of the Republic, but that's she's more the Warcraft person. So we've been playing World of Warcraft as a family here for the last 6-7 years, off and on, not all the time, not consistently. we'll go sometimes a year without playing it.